everyone, it's Nate. Today I'm going to show you the 5 best credit cards in 2020. Let's get it. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nate and I'm here to help you master your money. Now today we are coming back again to a time-honored tradition here at my channel, and that is talking about credit cards, the very best ones out there, and how you can get a lot of money and a lot of value out of little plastic cards. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today I have the top 5 credit cards of 2020. Now it's not a top 5 ranked list, but this list is a combination of the best cards for a given application. And so these are the ones that I think can help you out the very best if you have various situations going on. And I'll explain what those are when I mention the cards, the features that they have, and how that could relate to your situation. So like I mentioned in every single video that I do about credit cards, there's a few things that we got to cover first, a few ground rules, if you will. And the very first one is going to be to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and press the little red thing down there and subscribe to the channel. That'd be awesome. But in all seriousness, there are a few rules and things we have to consider when approaching credit cards to make sure that we use them appropriately and responsibly. So without further ado, I'm going to go through those. So the first rule with credit cards is to never spend more than what you have. It sounds simple, really does, but a lot of people don't. They get themselves in credit card debt because they spend more than they have, and that's not good. So don't do that. We're not doing that. Okay, so step 2, this is an important one here, and this is going to be that whenever you get your statement balance for a credit card, you need to pay the entire thing off in full. If you do this, you will never pay any interest on that amount. Let me say it again. If you pay off the statement balance in full on or before it's due, you will never pay any interest for a credit card. That's the biggest issue with credit cards, is the interest rate. And if you just do these 2 steps here, the 1 and 2, you're going to avoid a lot of headache and a lot of interest having to be paid. And rule number 3, this ties in directly with number 1, and that is going to be to treat your credit card as an extension of your bank account. So if you have $5 in your bank account, it's probably not a good idea to go get a jet ski on your credit card. I would advise against that, at least in every situation. So just don't do that. And so my little disclaimer that I need to put out right here, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only and nothing beyond that. So without further ado, let's get into the video. We're going to go over the top 5 credit cards for their given categories and how they can help you out, help save money, help protect purchases that you may make, and help make life just simpler in general. So the first card up on the list is going to be a very simple card to use, one I've mentioned before, one that has a lot of benefits and perks and can greatly help you out. And if you are interested in getting cash back, which means for every dollar you send, you get a percentage of that back as a credit on your account, it's going to be the Citi Double Cash card. I've mentioned this so many times before, and there's a reason for it because it is incredible. And really what this allows you to do is for every dollar you spend, you get 2 cents back. So really, it's like you have a 2% off coupon for everything in life, and that's kind of sweet, I think. And aside from this, it also has a $0 annual fee, which is huge because typically cards with this good of benefits, they have an annual fee. This one does not. This card is also incredible if you need to do a balance transfer. And what this really means is if you have a sizable credit card debt, what you can do is a balance transfer to send that credit card debt to another card, not specifically this one, but just another card. And you pay a small fee to put it there. But once you do, you can have 0% interest for up to 2 years in some cases. For this card here, if you do a balance transfer to this card, there's a 3% fee to bring the money over, but after that, there is no interest on your balance for up to 18 months. That is a lot of time to pay off any debts you have. That can save you literally thousands of dollars. So if this applies to you, awesome. This is a great all-around card, and just for regular everyday spending, getting good cash back, this is really the king, and I would highly recommend this. Okay, so the next card I'm going to be mentioning here is going to be one that is meant for students, specifically college students. And so if that is you, congratulations, you've reached your stop here. You found the credit card and all credit cards in the student section, and this is going to help you out greatly. So the name of the card is the Discover It Student Card. It has a very generous $0 annual fee. And this card is great because it will give you back 5% of every dollar you spend, up to $1,500 per quarter on rotating categories. So that's kind of a lot of information. Let me break that down real quick. So to make things simpler with this, let me just explain it real quick. So say in quarter one, so that would be January, February, March, you would have gasoline be a 5% cashback category. Or in quarter two, you could have it be grocery stores. Quarter three could be bookstores and stuff like that. There's various categories and things that they can throw in there to help give you a boost. So outside of these categories though, you get 1% cash back on every other thing you purchase. So no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're having to go buy for school, if it's a laptop, books, you name it, you can get some cash back from this. So along with this cash back and $0 annual fee, it also has a little credit it'll give you if you have good grades. So they will give you up to a $20 credit every year if you get good grades to go against your credit card bill. Now, I don't know who else does that, but this, I think, is the only company that is currently doing that, and I think it's fantastic, personally. All right, so moving on to our next category here, and that is going to be the very best credit card for travel. And now there's a lot of contention out there. There's a lot of competition for this spot because, let's face it, all these big card brands are trying to compete for the spot of the best travel card. And I had to do a lot of searching and thinking on my end to determine which is truly the best. And it's comparing factors like the rewards you get and the perks that it gives you and the annual fee and the value you get in total from the card. Those are things you all need to consider when picking a credit card because you want to get the most value out of it as you possibly can. So for this category, the award for the best travel credit card for 2020 would have to be the American Express Gold Card. Now, I've talked about this before. I personally want this card. I'm probably going to get it the next card I go ahead and get. And the reason for this is because they have a sign-up bonus that is worth about $800 in total value, and it's about 35,000 American Express points. And the way you get this is you have to have $4,000 of spending in the first 3 months of getting it. Now, that's a lot for normal spending. It definitely is. But so consider, maybe if you're getting ready to pay for a vacation or you're not this summer, but maybe next summer you're paying ahead for a cruise or something or some flights or whatever, you can go ahead and put that spending on this card, and depending on what you do, you could make the spending up on the card pretty quickly. And so aside from the sign-up bonus, it also offers 4x points back on US supermarkets and restaurants, 3x points back on travel, and 1x points back on everything else. And on top of this, they also offer a $100 per year airline credit. So if you got to pay for a bag, if you need to, get some snacks because you're hungry, man, on that flight that's forever, you have that credit built into this card, and it will refund you up to $100 per year for travel related expenses. And so on top of this $100 airline credit, they also have a $120 meal credit too. Now this is spaced out to $10 a month, and so you can't use it all at once, but this will refund you if you use certain dining services. Okay, so in addition to all those perks, it also has no foreign transaction fees, but the only drawback to this whole thing is that it does require some pretty good credit to get this, and also it has a $250 per year annual fee. And so that's relatively high for this kind of credit card, but American Express, they come with a lot of benefits. This can be greatly helpful depending on your situation. Okay, so far the cards that I have mentioned, they have been primarily for people that have decent credit. I'm not talking 780, 800, credit score. I'm talking low 700s. That's roughly the range that I'm talking about. But so this next card I'm going to mention is actually one that is geared toward people that have either newer credit or just bad credit. Because, some people have that, and that's okay. Life happens. I get that. But you know what? We can go ahead and try and work to fix that bad credit score today. So the method people with bad credit can use to help boost their credit score and to grow that is called a secured credit card. And essentially what this is a credit card that you put a deposit down for, and whatever that deposit amount is that you put down, that becomes your credit limit. And so you can use this and you can start just, put a tank of gas on it every month or put a coffee on it, whatever it is, and build your credit score, build your credit history up, and that can help enable you to transition and graduate to the next tier of credit cards. Okay, so now that I have that explained, let me tell you about this card. So this card is going to be the very best card for 2020 for if you have bad credit. And that is going to be the Discover It Secured card. I already have another Discover card on this list, and there's a reason for that. Discover has excellent cards. They're very friendly to people with lower credit, and so this is a great option for starting out your credit building journey. So one incredible thing with this card is that it actually has rewards. Typically, these cards don't. They're lower tier, and they don't bother giving you rewards back for using your card responsibly. This one does. This card offers 2% cash back on up to $1,000 in spending every quarter on gas and restaurants. Those two things, everyone's probably going to those, I think, so this is a pretty good bet if you're just starting out. Also, it has a $0 annual fee. And if you're not utilizing the 2% cash back on those gas and restaurants, you can get 1% back on everything else every day, all the time. So again, this is an incredible option for people that don't have super good credit and they want to build it. This is an ideal option for you right here. And so now this is the thing that you've all been waiting for, the thing that you have wanted to know, in my opinion. What is the best credit card, like period? What is the best credit card? If you were to have one card, what would that be? And my answer is definitively the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now, I have this card personally, and I love it. I use it for basically every single purchase that I make, and it's incredible all around, and I'll explain why. So one of the main things about this card is it has an incredible sign-up bonus of 60,000 Chase points, which are worth about $1,200 if exchanged for travel. Now, to get these points, you do have to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of having the card. But again, like I mentioned with the American Express card, if you have some big purchases coming up that you know about, like, I don't know, like Christmas is coming pretty soon, you can use all that spending to meet the minimum spend for the card, get the points. And once the illness has gone away, you can cash in those points for some fun travel in the spring and summer. All right, so aside from that, the card also gives you back 2x points on travel and dining and 1x points back on everything else. It's a very good all-around card. It can fit most lifestyles pretty easily. And so one of my other favorite perks with this card is going to be the purchase protections that it has. It has many of them. So hypothetically, if you were to go ahead and buy something and it breaks or it's stolen, they would replace it up to a certain amount. And I think it's $2,500. Now, I don't have the brochure or the information in front of me because it changes pretty frequently. But I remember when I got my card, it was $2,500 purchase protection per item that you get, and up to like a $5,000 claim per year. So there's a very, very flexible thing in there. So say you buy a laptop and someone steals it, that's a lot of money to be out. But this card here, they'll cover that. And I've heard stories, for many people that this card has been absolutely a lifesaver when they've had their stuff stolen like that. Because unfortunately, that does happen nowadays. It's reality. So there's only one negative thing with this card. Well, really two. One of them is you need to have a kind of high credit score. When I applied to it, I had about a 720. I'm a little bit higher now, but I feel like I barely qualified for it. I'm just putting that out there. So aside from this, you're also going to want to be aware of the $95 per year annual fee. That's not too bad for the category card that it's in, but it has some really incredible rewards as compared to what you need to put in to get it. So really, this is an incredible all-around card. I would highly recommend it, and I have links to all of these cards that I've mentioned in the description below. And just so you're aware, the link for the Chase card in the description, it is actually a special link, and it's going to enable you to get a better sign-up bonus offer than what you can find elsewhere. So you click on that, go through it, apply for it, and you can get the full $60,000 sign-up bonus through that link below. So click that. That helps me out. That's going to help you out greatly, and it's going to be, I think, fantastic for all of us because it is the best credit card, like, period. All right, guys, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it provided value for your life. I want to thank you so much for sticking it out this far, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.